Hey, so we're back this week, and last week was a basic beauty kit for makeup. And this week I thought that I would do a special effects basic kit. And I do get a lot of questions from parents from kids that are into this. And so this one today is going to be a very basic, someone just starting out and things that you can get them, and even at the dollar store. I will do a series of different videos that you can add to these things if you do want to do special effects makeup professionally. So today will just be the very basics. And again, as always, like I said in my other video, it takes time to build a kit and you don't do it all at once. So with special effects, you do want to learn the basic things. And once you kind of master those and really make wounds look amazing and real with latex, it's an asset because not everyone that you work with is going to have $1 billion movie budget, right? So it's good to know all these basic techniques, and they're still used today. And you can make some really cool things. This is like road rash. This is made from some yarn. So you can make some really, really cool things out of some really basic things. And I would say start there first. And again, I'll go over certain products later in date and show how to use them. So let's get started with probably the thing that people aren't too excited about, which is the really basics, and that is the things I mentioned at getting at the dollar store. And enjoy this while you can, because when you get into special effects makeup, especially into advanced, it's not cheap at all. And there's normally twice as much to go into a special effects kit than there is beauty. So with that being said, you will need certain things to create a look, to build a look, right? You need something to, whether it be sculpting or to create the look, something to adhere it, something to color it with, and to remove everything safely. So you might want to start out with getting them a bag. They might take this makeup and volunteer at a haunt and do their own makeup. They may, go over to the friend's house. So starting out with a vinyl bag. And again, if you want to get them a really starter kit, go to my beauty thing, and the starting a kit, the brushes, the only difference is brushes with special effects. Synthetic is best. But the mixing palette, the spatula, all those are optional in very beginning, but they're very helpful. So again, the things that I would include in a very basic, someone starting out special effects kit is going to the dollar store, getting some makeup sponges. And even sponges of different textures, like sea sponge and loofahs and stuff like that. You can create some amazing textures with different types of sponges. So you can get those at the dollar store. When I say basics, I mean basics. This is probably the one thing that everyone uses starting out with latex is tissue. And it's really good for old mummy skin and some zombie skin. But I think that this is the most versatile, is cotton balls. You can make so many things out of this, and once you get it latex on it, you can mold it to any type of a wound or cut. You can do a build-up prosthetic. So cotton balls. Let me get a little drink here. All right. Another thing you can get, I normally do recommend a translucent powder, but when someone's just starting out, you're going to need to powder a lot. Baby powder normally does have like a shimmer to it if you look at it enough, but baby powder. Let's see. Popsicle sticks are going to be good for mixing things if they don't have any brushes at the moment. Petroleum jelly. This is, you're going to use this quite a bit in special effects. So get that at the dollar store. No need to spend a whole lot on that. Now these are the items that we already talked about powder. These are really cool things when you're starting to make some really weird textures and wounds and come up with different things. Go to the little kids section and get bugs, maggots, red yarn. You may already have this already. This makes amazing veins. Oh, this isn't on the way. Amazing veins. Wax cord makes great stitches. So I always have a stack of stuff like that. Or give a stack like that to someone who's doing special effects. And I tell you what, if you look in the fishing lures, you can find some really cool looking bugs. There's that. Optional, but I do recommend this. They are not expensive at all. You probably could find this at the dollar store, but they're not expensive even if you get them at the grocery store. And a lot safer. Eye patches. So people will normally do the missing eye. This already has an adhesive. You put it on and you can put things over. A lot more safer than taking a cotton round, which will absorb whatever you're having and can get into your eye. I don't recommend that. So eye patches are good. And you may already have these in your house and just go to the dollar store and get some container. But these make amazing textures. This is coffee grounds. This is amazing at scabs and road rash and things of that nature. So that's really, really good. Oatmeal is another good one. And like I said, red yarn. Pull it apart and it makes great veins. So these are something you might have around the house already. Okay. This is when parents get bent out of shape, but it really is in a lot of special effects makeup kits, and it makes amazing things, like amazingly shiny and glossy, and it's readily available, and that is personal lubricant. So, all right, so we're narrowing it down a little bit. Next, I do want to talk about makeup brushes. As I mentioned, that makeup brushes, they should be synthetic. Now, with latex, and I'm not going to tell anyone to go and put good brushes in latex. There are ways of using them. Special effects makeup artists have been doing it for years. And I know especially Dick Smith couldn't afford really nice makeup brushes or many makeup brushes for a long time, and he has a technique that he uses as well, or well, used, sorry, he's no longer with us, but don't use good brushes in latex, and that's why I was mentioning the popsicle sticks. And fingers always work really good when you're sculpting things and making wounds like that with cotton and latex. But synthetic brushes versus real haired brushes, they just work better with the creams. They work better with a lot of the special effects products. So I recommend brushes. But again, make sure they don't use the brushes with the latex. They will need them for the other makeup. Make sure they use other things like their hands and popsicle sticks with the latex. So I just want to mention that, and the type of brushes are synthetic that they will need. So there's that. All right, what else do we got here? This isn't a must. Eventually, if they keep up with making things out of the basic things, they're going to need a mixing palette. This is probably my most used item, whether it's beauty or special effects. I mix a lot of things, and whether it's colors or mixing something on here, and this is just, I use it all the time, and it's something even in a really, really basic kit, it's still something that I would include. So there's that. All right, let's see. We are getting down to the fun stuff here, in my opinion. Make sure they have stuff to clean their brushes with. Some alcohol. And this is, I'll get further into it in another video, but taking cream makeups and you can thin them down so they look like an alcohol activated palette. And that's what this is used for. So alcohol, that's something you can get at the dollar store as well, I believe. All right, latex. Let's talk about it. There are all types of latex. Different, when I say different types, you'll hear, okay, liquid latex, and everyone thinks that's everything. There's different types. There's balloon latex. This is a really thin latex, and it is used to make bald caps. There's slip, brush, dip, casting latex, and depending on where you are in the world, it will be called one of those things. And this is typically thickened latex, and it is used in molds. Then there is what everyone refers to as liquid latex, all right? And that is what people use on their skin. That is this stuff, right? Now, I don't recommend the, I think this was like Halloween store stuff. It really has a high ammonia content. But anyway, use what you can find. I recommend spending money on a good latex. It's a bit thicker as well as compared to this Halloween one that they actually thin out. It has a higher content of ammonia in it and a lot of filler, whereas stuff like this, and it comes from many different brands, Mayron, Ben Nye, there's other pro, Nigel's has their own, Namie's has their own, Elcone has their own, and actually getting it from a pro makeup shop, normally it's a lot cheaper when you actually work out the pricing. So some type of liquid latex, but be mindful, there are different types, and you want to make sure that you can use it on your skin. Do not use casting latex on your skin, okay? You want to get the liquid latex that if you're going to get latex for them. So put that in here. What are some other things? Let's see. This is probably, and I will be doing a video on this, Scar Wax. All right. There's many different brands that create it, different colors. This happens to be a clear one by Mayron. All right. And we got a discussion on this in a live chat in Stiltbee Studios. Here's another one by Ben Nye. This is what it looks like. And fun fact, wax has been the most used product in the makeup world for a long, long, long time. Actually is used by morticians, and that's kind of how makeup artists got a hold of it and why it started being used in makeup today. So these are great to start out with and learn with. These are not good for long term, as far as you'll see them a lot right now on social media. And the reasoning is they're cheap, they're easy to get a hold of. But again, I will have a video all on this because it's a lot to indulge in. They don't last long, all right? And I, body temperature-wise, run hot. But these are good in some instance. And so I'm including it in the basics, thing, and I think it's something you should learn. So this is, and it will be called different things from different companies. This is called nose and scar wax. This one is called modeling wax. Then there'll be one called morticianer's wax. Sin wax. Wax will be at the end of it, but everyone has their own name for it. There's even different colors: white, skin tone, dark, light, and then the clear. So it's hard to color this, so I get it in a color that is closest to your skin tone if you're going to be using that. Nose and scar wax or stage wax. Let's see. We got onto cream makeup. So, grab this stack here. You can get all types of cream makeup, singles, different brands again make them. These will probably seem most popular to most people, and for good reason. Again, I recommend spending more money on these than going out and getting the Halloween dollar tube makeup. Those don't last as long, and these are a lot. They last longer. The makeup looks last longer. And out of all my cream makeups, I still have purchased and repurchased these makeup wheels. And because you get multiple things, and you could do multiple things with these, from burns, cuts, wounds, corpse, you name it. So, again, you can buy singles. These are really cheap. And a good tip is if you have a costume shop by you, they will have all these different options for you, and majority of the stuff that I'm showing you. So then you wouldn't have to have shipping. But I do recommend getting something like, probably the most talked about, and for, again, good reason, is a bruise wheel. You have any color you have on here that you need for doing cuts and burns and all these different nasty things. You got blood color on there. So these are worth the money. They're like 20 bucks each. And again, you're getting a lot of colors for what you're getting. And there's the death wheel. So I highly recommend these ones. These just happen to be Ben Nye. Graftobian makes ones like this. This is a very popular cream makeup form. You'll find these a lot, but these are very, very good to have. I do recommend, too, if you are doing any type of makeup that is white, invest in, this is all torn off, but this is called Clown White. This has more white pigment in it than the other cream makeups that you get. And it goes on white. Like, there's no white cast, like majority of things. If you want to look white, this is what you want to get. And typically, when you see someone who does clown makeup, it is clown white makeup with white powder. They'll set it with white powder, and that's why it looks so white. So clown white is the white color to go with. All right. So cream makeup. So let's move on to some type of contour colors. Now I will again have another video on this. I want to show you what contour colors actually look like. This, whoops, is a contour color. Okay, that's not pretty, all right? Contour colors are cool toned, and you can completely resculpt something, a face, a limb, whatever. Again, contour colors. This just is not working. Okay. So these are a must, and this you can get at the drugstore. This is, what brand is this? Maybelline Color Studio in Tough as Taupe. It's a matte taupe, and this is absolutely amazing, and this is long lasting. So there's that, and probably the one thing that everyone gets most psyched about, and I don't blame them, is blood. You have to have blood in a special effects makeup kit. You just have to. And again, there's all different types. I suggest learning how to make your own as well. That's a fun project to do. And although it's nice to get all the different bloods, and believe me, I have a blood drawer. It doesn't everybody. But there are all different types there of blood. There is scab blood. There is stage blood, which is probably the most popular. It is runny. It never dries. It's sticky. There is edible blood, and not all blood is edible. A lot of the dyes and additives and things that are put into blood, you should never ingest. So don't assume because it's blood, it can just be put in your mouth or somebody else's. And then there's gel bloods or thick bloods, which look like this. I'll open this up. I don't need blood on my laptop. Okay. It's just a jelly. This is amazing for doing wound filler. Again, the spatula would work amazing with this. Can I get this back on? So I do recommend getting a blood or making one, but bloods are a must in a special effects kit. And again, there are also drying bloods. That's further on in the series, but it also is a blood that you put on. It goes on wet. It looks wet, but it's completely dry to the touch, and it's not sticky. And so if you want you got a zombie and you want it to have wet blood dripping down its mouth, and but you really don't want the wet blood smearing everywhere. That would be dry blood. So bloods, they're fun to make, they're fun to play with. You have to have it in a special effects kit. Okay, so I do want to touch on the fact that latex, it is a common allergy for a lot of people. And this is one reason why in my kit I don't have latex, as far as all my sponges are latex free. All my eyelash glues are latex free. And the reason is because it is such a big allergy. So whenever you are going to be working on, with latex on somebody, you want to do a patch test. Put a little part right here in their little wrist. Wait until it, Now, if they start complaining immediately that they're getting itchy, or they develop a rash, or their skin starts to raise in any way, take it off, wash it off. Do not continue putting latex on that person or yourself. This is how you know if you're going to be allergic to it. Okay. There are alternatives to latex. So if you are allergic to latex, it's not going to be a absolutely huge deal. You can most definitely use other things like gelatin, which I will mention in the advanced special effects makeup kit. But there's also something called watermelon, and it is by Michael Davey, what is it? Michael Davey Theater products. But it's by the brand Michael Davey, and it's called Watermelon, and it is the alternative to latex. So there is that option as well for people that cannot use latex. Also, fun fact is latex is not an adhesive. I know people, it's sticky, yes, it stays on the skin, but it is not an adhesive that is meant to keep prosthetics on for long periods of time. I know that is a big confusion in the special effects world when people are just starting out. So, also bald caps, which I do recommend. Somebody learning how to do. B, having in their kit, because it's just fun to make a bald creature, whether you're going to do head injury or you just want a bald creature with some spikes, or you're trying to do a gill man or something of that nature. So you can get bald caps that are not latex, and they work just as well as latex ones. So again, if you are allergic to latex, you can use bald caps as well, because there's alternatives there. They are called a plastic bald cap or acrylic bald cap, or whatever you want to call it. It is the alternative to the liquid latex, like I was talking about before. So I think I covered everything. So this is just if you're starting out, really, really basic. But gosh, that's the fun, is just getting in and creating and having fun with it. So I do plan on continuing this series for special effects and going over setting cream makeups, touching on bloods, and making things out of blood. Other things like the scar wax, how to use it, because it is very fiddly to work with. So I will be making videos on how to use these products that maybe are a little more misunderstood. But anyway, that's this video, and next week I will be touching on more. I know I quickly put things together and said, here you go. This is a basic kit, but am I still going? Yep. Okay. Looked like it stopped. All right. So it looks basic, and it is. But again, I'm going to continue on what you can add to this and what are other products. So those things are coming. So I hope everyone enjoys it. And I hope everyone is doing well wherever you are in the world, and have fun just creating, because that's half the fun of special effects makeup, is just taking something and creating something. So I will leave a couple more pictures of things that I've done with just really basic products. And again, you can make some pretty amazing things with just little things and basic things that you can, that aren't all these, pro or things that you see that people normally skip to, like the silicones. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it was helpful for somebody out there. And I will see you guys next week. All right, take care. Bye. So I will have a list in the box of knowledge of products that I recommend. I do not get any cut. It's not an affiliate link. It's just products that I recommend. Again, always, if you do have a costume shop, go there. You can find a lot of these products. And So yeah, links will be in the box of knowledge and any other thing that I can think of that I might have forgot. Again, if you have any other questions or things that you want added to the series, please comment that down below. All right, talk to you guys later.